Now on the wall, and he's got one, but where's the fadeaway? How does he cross back? He'll be spotted on the way, but the plan does come in inside the Viper's pit, and this will be very... It should be brought to them later on. Okay, he's trying to deny the plant. But again, once the smoke fades, this becomes very difficult to get.
Mentioned by Lothar on the desk, the addition of that Killjoy, maybe allowing them to just be that little bit more passive rather than the breach, which is almost just set up to push forward. And I think that's something Fnatic have mastered. If you try and aggress on them on this map, well, yeah, a lot of the time they're going to have an Odin waiting for you.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah, the defense have one this time.
Good
Slightly different point.
Look at him.
It's great for plant denial. That's the one thing I'll give it credit for. The plant denial on that C site with everything being made of paper definitely helps quite a bit.
It definitely is good for that, Tom, but there's 3 players on C. That's definitely not the usual way you'll play it. And Killjoy utility, you know? Typically, I'm expecting to see that Odin be far, far back. But instead, it is very much on the site, playing with the team, grabbing the information. They expected a C push out of this round. And with the amount of A hits that have come through, I don't think that they're wrong for making that assumption. But late on, it's going to be just Nats here. Jump spotting, and he's seen one. Time to fall back. And this is where, again, I expect him to play in the spawn and look for the spams when they make it through, but he's on the rotate to B. This is going to have to be a retake.
I think he's just going round.
Oh, no.
Taking his time. Trying to destroy some of the utility. They've failed to do so, at least initially, but they will manage to bypass it. Now he can still, that's the thing, he can still play that denial from a little bit further forward, and instead Jamppi's using his utility to just push up behind him. Hasn't been spotted at all. Waits to make sure that he can get a couple, and even the aggression forward has failed. Jamppi has just taken over this round completely, and while Chronicle is far too far away.
10 seconds left.
That is just amazing. A Redgar should clean this one up. What an unusual position for him to be in. That is gorgeous, because you see on the way into that site, Fnatic they're trying to add up all the numbers. They're trying to see what is the idea here from Liquid. How are they defending it? And they know that there's some piece of utility or an Odin or something like that that's being held. They go up, and their sole focus is on tapping the spike and reacting to whatever happens. Unfortunately, you can't react to it. A few ultimates just online there, Tom. Yeah, I think about 5.
Oh,
so
okay.
Things are looking good, but at the same time, on the other side, you've got a nightmare that could be coming to take you in the form of the Nightfall. And a showstopper for Say. Certainly no.
They got 4 ults now.
No Cosmic Divide. Not anymore. Nice shot, dreke. A brave challenge onto Redgar. And it's worked out here. Traded it back.
One thing at least has stuck over from the old Liquid roster, and that's an Omen operator. Did find them the open. The thing that's worrying here is the fact that Soulcast is alone. Now he can delay with that Nightfall. He could even just counter if he wanted to, or just fall back out of the side. They have been very comfortable just looking for the retakes. The problem is, you're talking about a Viper's Pit and a lockdown available for Fnatic. They have unbelievable amounts of delay potential, and sure, a Nightfall of their own could be fairly impactful here. They may not even need it. dreke up close, has a showstopper as well. He could end this round on his own.
Oh, this is just for control. You're not even seeing that Viper's Pit touch the spike. Literally just locking out their opponents. And look, dreke, he should have a chance here. Halfway already done on that. He's got to fire eventually. That's too shallow. Not even damage, but it's bought the time, and that's what it's all about. Crowd control, and they've been kept back. Now the 3 players looking to steam back through, but the time already waning. They need some kills right here and now, and the kills are going Fnatic's way. You might think about saving, but that's not an option anymore. Safe's down below, he's on the site, and the Viper's Pit is dropped to give them vision. Well handled by Fnatic. 1 player lost, and the rest taking the 3rd.
Yeah, I think drke's ult usage actually couldn't have been any better. Like, you talk about the fact that in many cases not going to get killed could be a problem, but in this case, he actually just ruins their own Nightfall. Like, they throw in the Nightfall, they go, okay, now we know where everyone is. They're all deafened, they're all low HP. Oh, he's holding it with a bazooka. Like, you can't push that anymore. You can't make that move because drke's holding an angle where the second he sees you, he's shooting it straight into the wall. So it really does just completely deny all of their retake ults. And then he comes out with 3 kills as well. That bit was just...
Round about to kick off here. Fnatic just called that timeout to discuss how they want to handle it, and their ideas seem to be centered around B. A lot of players here, no control over C, and a turret left to watch A long push. Yeah, player there as well, Alpha. Almost wants to catch them pushing, like they'll see the turret, they'll think they've got the space, and then he'll punish. This is where Team Liquid push up, take A main control. Solkis now on the wall, and he's got one, but where's the fadeaway? How does he cross back? He'll be spotted on the way, and he'll take a second. He's done more than enough.
Yeah, that's the thing. You talk about the fadeaway, but 2 kills, 1 death. He's allowed for rotations to come in from his teammates. He's done an impeccable job of just holding down this side of the map. They've also got the broken door locked down as well. There's not really many places for Fnatic to go without having to eliminate someone along their path. The A site is somewhat open for business, but you can see that Redgar's already set up with the operator. A misstep here could be another man advantage.
Well, that plan's coming through either way, and Team Liquid sit ready, as you said, to convert over those advantages with Fnatic. Not really having a safe place to play from, maybe tree, but they need something else, a corner of their own, and they'll get it. Nats is down. Oh no, Jamppi! It's gone running in with a shorty. You can't expect that kind of play. A kill from Redgar leaves just 1 man, and he's so far away. He can never stop this defuse, and with a bullet in his head, that's assured. Team Liquid back on the scoreboard.
I feel like Jamppi's just having a great time today, but the Omen operator is actually just exactly what they needed. I think.
Of course, it takes a second for the pit to fall as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just ridiculous. A round 1 from the grave, and 6 now on the board for Fnatic. Team Liquid, and a scrap to find this final, but Solkis was pushed back by every piece of utility they have in their arsenal. Now a nade online as well. It's gonna make it around the corner, and it is on that lockdown. Out of the round. Canceling out every play they try to make here. A Nightfall in play, and look who's close. Taking advantage of it, but he doesn't even get the kill. It was Leo further back assisting. 2 guns trained on that angle, and I think both players red to be on this flank at this point. Definitely now with Redgar finding that. Time to fade back and play the 4v2.
They brought Chronicle low, but, well, Safe would have to basically toggle on an aimbot if he's going to have any chance of taking home this round. A huge resurgence towards the end of this half. I remember saying at a point the best they can get is 7. Well, 7 is what they get. A few close clutch rounds once again, but we know Fnatic always good for pulling things out in the late game. And for Liquid, they're probably going to feel a little bit hard done by. Now, all in all, not a bad half. But when you come into that 5-2 scoreline, you then lose yourself a load of rounds in a row.
But how you deal with them, yeah, it's a completely different question. I think Boaster's been very willing on this Astra to be the last man in, to be watching the back a lot of the time. He's also willing to be the first man in, but when it comes to playing against someone like Nats, I think he, alongside that utility from Alpha, are going to play a huge role in just keeping him boxed in. For now, Nats hasn't been thrown out as a satellite. Instead, he's with the squad, looking to move their way towards this A site. A deep orb thrown through. This will block off all vision for dreke. Prowler actually, I don't think, caught them there. The wall was blocking vision anyway, so they know that these players are coming either way. That information found, and dreke straight through the orb. It's not a wall. He can walk right through it and take the kills. 2 already, and he's faded back. Nade online, ready to go. And these players still need to pick that spike up and get it back on the ground and activated. Swarm Grenade might buy them time. There's a gap. There's a little gap.
Yeah, we've seen statistically Fnatic have been fantastic in pistols, and I do think that having dreke has definitely helped out with that. We'll see if there's going to be the ability to find any sort of response. Jamppi's stuck in the mud at the back of the site. And, well, they're running out of time now to sort of find anything. Get that plant through. Dreke feeling confident and just clears them out. A 4K, a 3K in the previous pistol. It's safe to say that those rounds are almost given for free when you have dreke on your side.
Well, yeah, look, the guy can hit some shots, I'll say that. 20 kills on the board right now. I mean, we talked about him earlier as someone that was certainly heating up and feeling confident, looking confident. It's impossible not to be when you're playing like that. Halfway towards the showstopper as well. What a way to open up this half. And for Team Liquid, definitely not the ideal scenario, but as we've said many times, you see that second round one up by the other team. In fact, in this map, we already saw it. So Team Liquid won't be down and out of it just yet. And as we said in the previous time we saw a very similar buy, there are some teeth to this purchase. Not something Fnatic can disrespect.
Yeah, I do think if they manage to take the second round off Fnatic twice, I'll be very impressed. Like, I think maybe another match is okay. Again, it's just the ghosts. Is that something we've been underrating? Because we always talk about the shorty, but a chance for almost getting both kills. Yeah, he collapsed him. Unfortunately, Marshall not quite as strong as the operator, and well, maybe gets a little bit greedy himself. He's now fallen.
Still, you'll take it. As long as they don't lose anybody else in this round, they can still be relatively happy.
I think they've already lost They've already lost a Bulldog.
They have, but they could recover that. It should be brought to them later on. Nice shot, Leo down, and so is Chronicle, not again. It's all left on in the IGL. Boaster leading by example in this. And a stinger in hand. He might have an upgrade somewhere that he can grab. They've picked up a Bulldog on Nats. Yeah. There's bodies everywhere, though.
Left.
On his way back through.
Planted.
Going through the wall, tanking the decay. The one advantage here, they don't know where he is. But the second that information falls into Liquid's hands, they should have this locked down. They've got the numbers for it. Nats and Sulkas tagged up. It makes it a little easier on that swing in towards the tree. But then you've got to deal with safe later and the time ticking away as well. The win conditions stacking up for Boaster. He'll tap it at first to bait them out into the open. There they are! He'll get two, but like we said, Safe was there to close it out in the end. And a follow-up. I would say, thinking about the squads, I don't know if they played it. Did Foot play it?
KC, Koi,
yeah.
Foot, and
Foot would be
Team
my
Liquid.
call.
It was Carmine call.
Right.
10 rounds. The only team to get to double digits.
So what do we conclude from that?
Zacia's a god.
There you go. Hey, I'm all right with that conclusion. Backside, tough to play here. Utility falls on you a lot of the time, and there's the paranoia. There goes the C's up behind, forced into the open, and he is down and out of the round. Chronicle was there to support him, but now he's fallen back. A nade right on his feet, and the shells will get him. Boaster, the next line of defense. Odin in hand, good for one. The spray's coming through, but he swung on, and Nats will punish. The smoke not down in time. It would have helped the defenders in that moment, but almost timing it perfectly as that player falls. Fnatic now left in a 2v4. Odin picked up by dreke. He's trying to deny the plant. But again, once the smoke fades, this becomes very difficult to get done. That almost got him. That was so damn close. A haircut for Nats. He's 16 HP down in the water. Nobody wants to be the first one to step on site. Look at that delay power. But it starts to look like maybe they're faking, maybe they're going somewhere else. Good plant spot. Nade coming through, predicting that they'll go there. I'll get some damage maybe. Oh, maybe not. It didn't even hit him. The box protected him entirely. Unlucky.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If they get a kill, Nightfall, maybe there's an opportunity, but now again it just falls into a save. Liquid are going to be taking the lead. They're looking incredibly good on this attack so far, and Fnatic, it seems almost like a bit of a flash in the pan, a slow start once again, but the thing that is always just there, it's like the pit of my stomach just thinking, at any moment this team can turn up. Any moment dreke can have a round, so you can see how controlled things are looking right now for Liquid. They are waiting down that clock, making sure that spike is going off, and then they're going to go hunting.
I don't think they'll make it quite far enough to catch these players. My bet would be both of those rifles carried through to the next round, and for Fnatic, that'll give them some hope. But a timeout is called, and I think it's the right idea. This is where you want to take a step back. The lead has just been taken by a team that was decently far behind. You've lost both follow-ups to the pistols, which is as good as losing the pistols a lot of the time. It never gets old, man. It never gets old. Jamppi barking away. Safe's been doing the same. He's been emulating them. Right, and then he comes around the corner again. Just insane. 10-8 right now. Team Liquid upsetting my pick'ems, that's for damn sure.
Oh, mine have messed up.
Yeah, they're already. It's in the bin. You might as well get someone else through to the final for it. But it's a good sign, seeing the rest of EMEA catch up on Fnatic as well. There was a time where that wasn't possible, when this man, Alpha Yair, would just tear your team apart. But he only gets one this time. And up close, Boaster. Oh, he doesn't, I mean, why would you expect it? Look at that position from Redgar. No. Okay, there won't be a punish on the back of it. Could have been an awkward duel. Instead, they're just going to group up and push Boaster on the side.
Again, just farming those orbs early in the round. Something Fnatic themselves have done quite regularly. And once again, building into the seaside. The execution on this side of the map has been sublime. Constantly forcing Fnatic to play a sort of retake setup, not really being able to hold any level of control because of all the utility that's been going through. Really nice shot from Boaster. The spam through the wall does a fair bit of damage, and they're actually going to hightail it. Jamppi has taken so much control.
30 seconds left.
They're aware they gave it up, but A split-second mistake from Chronicle. He's too late to turn around when he makes it around the corner. I like the attempt to wall bang through. But the plan does come in inside the Viper's pit, and this will be very difficult to fight back into. They've only dropped one. The spray is good on the box. Boaster getting tagged up a little more. dreke on one. Nats has fallen. Pit is down, and Jamppi, they can't do it.
Oh my God.
Somehow, they have walked away with a victory in this round, and once that pit went up, I thought it was over.
I feel like Leo, like, sometimes he'll have like a quieter game, and then he's like that guy in your matchmaking who just seems to toggle and just pull out around from absolutely nowhere. A wallbang kill and a headshot straight into a Viper's pit, just predicting where his opponent was. And the thing is, they forced, I think it was Nats, out of the Viper's pit and spot him. And then from then onwards, it just makes it so much easier, especially because he used his Nightfall across the pit, so there wasn't really anywhere for Nats to go. It was just, I don't know why that was something that happened, but it did.
Oh, up top, hello! What an attempt, and he's shot down! Safe out of this round, the showstopper. I'm not sure that's how they intended to use it, but that'll work. It's actually quite rare to even get the kill on the guy up there. Like, so often it's gonna go past him and hit the wall behind, but that was pinpoint accurate.
dreke doesn't miss.
No, he doesn't.
dreke
he doesn't. Heat seek and missile, dude.
He's the anti-Rosa. Here we go, though. An advantage for Fnatic once again. soulcast still with his Nightfall online as they do look to move towards this A site. But look at the Fnatic rotation. Already 3 players starting to circle this site. But with pressure being thrown in towards the broken door, it starts to call maybe into question if they've got to rotate a player back. You can see Alpha firmly dedicated in his turret, yet to have any contact. So because of that, Fnatic can't afford to just leave their players within this site.
Not a ton of utility to be thrown out by Liquid either when they make this push through. It won't be too uncomfortable to defend against. Jamppi lobbing over some of those nanos to try and cause problems, push players out of position, but Fnatic had this on lockdown. 2 players on site, 2 watching the other avenue. Seems like for Team Liquid, turning tails the only solution, but there's 15 seconds left. They've got to go. It's now or never. And they're running right into Boaster, ripping them to shreds with that Odin. Good night and sweet dreams to this round for Team Liquid. Fnatic coming out. They only lose Chronicle. Very clean round to bring us back to even territory.
Yeah, especially with how this round started out. It looked like there was going to be an easy kill for Safe to start this one off, and instead it's a showstopper straight in the chest. It's just an almost instant reaction. And while just buying that extra time, having a solid read on where Liquid wanted to go.
The hands of dreke, 25 and 13 right now, and he hasn't even needed this weapon. He's just been taking duel after duel with the rifles. Now the big boy's in his hands. We'll see what he gets done. He's going ambitious, out through the door, looking for the peak. He's swinging in with an operator, and they never expected it.
And as quickly as he's in, he's out. Already gone. And again, it's just allowed for some earlier rotations. Chronicle bringing his util, but that pressure is being thrown in. The spike a little bit further behind, and you can see, once again, they're set up ready to try and deny any form of post-plant. soulcast is looking to almost fight for this. And actually, they're going to try and take towards the spawn, I reckon. He's got his Nightfall ready to go.
It might be the right play here. Try and deny some of that space, try and get these players out of position. The Odin spraying away for damage. The trades coming in from Alpha. They were so focused on taking him down, they forgot about the other angle. 12 rounds on the board for Fnatic. And despite a hard-fought battle from Liquid, this map could slip out of their control again. This time, a little bit more of a heartbreaking manner. So close.
Well, that's the thing. The silver lining, they've already done the best anyone has ever done against Fnatic on this map. Will they care about that?
No.
No. Will it feel worse? Probably.
Yes. Definitely. Definitely. You lose 13-6, you say, hey, they were better. We messed up. We know why we lost. You lose 13-11, you're losing sleep tonight, as well as the map. Boaster smoked off, but he gets the info. The jump spot is solid. He knows these players are closing in the distance. It's going to be fighting for that orb control again. I imagine we're not going to see them follow. Actually, the A and B players are shifting over. The spike's being picked up. Maybe they are going to blitz C.
as I said, it's definitely looked like their biggest strength so far is their fights towards the C site, or even if that fails, falling back to B. I think their A site takes have been a little rough. Double operator for the defensive side as well. You can see Alpha pushed up, and it means that, again, they can start gambling those rotations back over to the C site already. Leo hightailing it in that direction. They've got so much map control. You can understand why they're going to start taking these risks, expecting players to be towards that connector, but they've got to deal with Boaster. Planting without him dying is a problem, and the spam through, maybe a bigger one. Leo's managed to find a kill straight back, but the aggression this time works out. They're going to take that man advantage, and, well, no one can stop the plant for now.
Oh, that should have been a free kill, but good movement. Close to the doorway at least. Dreke survives, but now he's going to thrive. 1v4, Odin in play. Already grabs the first. He's up on site in an instant. He could spam through the very tippity top of the mound maybe, but the advantages aren't massive. He's going to have some of the best shots of his life here. All three players lining up now in a firing squad. One behind the mound, one behind the wall, and it's off Soulcast's contact when he's too far out to get back around the corner. Really well handled. We're going to an overtime, and I think this is a deserved one for sure. Team Liquid have fought hard for it.
Yeah, this has been an El Clasico level match. Liquid at the start of the season, not having the greatest of results, facing Fnatic, being demolished, grinding all the way through, making it to Japan, and now they're back to try and, well, kick the king off his throne, I guess.
You know, matchup, unlike the other two, with no pressure. And not as much, certainly. Already secured your spot. Not knowing the format of Japan will certainly put some questions in their minds, though, right? This could literally be the game to send them to champs, depending on how that format plays out.
Yeah, we don't know. Maybe it'll be the two EMEA teams have two of the spots in the
It could be
the playoff stage.
It could
already.
be just making finals. It could be winning finals. You never know. We have 4 slots, so it's
got to play to the whistle. That's what I've always been told.
That's exactly it. You got to play to the whistle. I love that. Well, for Fnatic, they're making their way to B, and this might not be the best play. Killjoy set up here. They had players ready to go. They still do. And mainly what I'm thinking about is Soulcast. He's got a seize ready whenever they're going for these pushes. A lot of the time, his utility has been well timed, but he's moved out now towards the A site. Instead, it's going to be back up from Nats, who's already tagged low. So is Dreke, but he's just flying in. Doesn't give a damn. Has a nade, could lob it in. No, instead, he's just going himself. This guy's insane. 11 HP, and they're not even going to look his way. Little more awkward than it should have been, but it's okay.
He eventually goes down, but it's an easy trade for Alpha. Putting this round firmly in the hands of Fnatic. They're going to need some heroics on that Liquid side. Whoa, that's a decent start from Redgar. Takes down one. Soulcast looking for that fight, but, well, he's found it and given the information over to the other side. 15 seconds left, still no plant. Will eventually come through, though. Soulcast maybe expecting that to be more of a bait, and, well, for Redgar, there's just no space to be found.
He's gone for the glass cannon on this, and he'll be the last man standing trying to convert this round. 3 players to take down, and they get him through the smoke. Fnatic again with a chance to close out this map, 13-12, and they'll be swapping over. Now mounting their defense to close it out.
Yeah. Again, fighting valiantly, tooth and nail, but it's just this man. It's this man here. He has been the difference maker in so many rounds. It's almost just a panic from Safe, just realizing he's been caught, but that's the thing. It always feels that this series, the Dreke is inevitable. Well, 29 kills, nobody particularly close, 8 behind is Safe. He's still respectable 21, but that has been the difference, the slight difference. And that margin might just be enough to grant Fnatic their first map. Still, they've got to do it on this defensive side. And while both teams have proven to just be that little bit stronger over on the attack.
Yeah, most definitely. It's what's going to give first for Team Liquid's attack, taking it very slowly. This is much more of a default than I think we've seen them play in the majority of rounds. Maybe expecting Fnatic to have some ideas that they want to push through on. But nothing will be found. With a minute left on the clock, they have no map control past what they get at the start of the round and rubble, but it's not really worth much, especially when you're looking at C-Site having both a Viper and a Killjoy in play.
Bomb grenade out.
I think they're going to fake A here. I mean, there's a lot of noise being made. They're burning a ton of utility, and we've seen it from Fnatic on their attack side and how they love to push and pull, how they love to fake it out, give presence, show just how many players are here, and then get the kill elsewhere. Redgar onto Chronicle. That opens up C a little bit, but as we said, you still have Alpha over that side of the map.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, now the time becomes a huge issue for the side of Liquid. 25 seconds. Durka is using their own smoke against it. Now they are going to actually use the snakebite and now try and split back. The thing is though, Leo was waiting, watching for them to try and make this move. Durka finally taken down by Timmy, but now Jamppi's all that left. 10 seconds to try and make this work, and you can see Alpha's gone. But he will get the plant. He's managed to grab the spike and escape in the last second. Boaster, does he take a risk here? No, he's going to have to wait this one out, and with the lockdown, he can buy a little bit of extra time.
Oh my god, this is winnable somehow for Jamppi. After all this and tagged up on Boaster, it's the Alpha trade that you're worried about, and that's why it comes through in the end. Lockdown destroyed, and Team Liquid in much the same state. That map is done. 14-12, the biggest challenge for Fnatic so far this season when it comes to Lotus.
Oh yeah.
But in the end, it's the same result.
No, it really impressive from Liquid. This has been a map for them that I think has been very shaky throughout the season. It was one that Fnatic came into it picking, knowing